In the real world, spying is often nothing more than undercover meetings, paperwork, and the exchange of secret information. But in cinema, spy games are made out to be far more thrilling, often filled with backstabbing, chase scenes, and white-knuckle moments of tension. Here in this video, we decide to uncover the top 10 spy movies of all time. But before we start, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel to get interesting stuff and upcoming videos. No Way Out perfectly blends romance and espionage, starring Kevin Costner, Sean Young, and Gene Hackman in a twisty spy thriller. Tom Farrell is a naval lieutenant who is put in charge of investigating the murder of his romantic partner and commanding officer. After initial investigation, Farrell becomes a suspect, and the entire plot twists and turns in ways that are completely unexpected. No Way Out also remains one of the most tightly plotted spy thriller films ever made, and its absolutely breathtaking twist will leave any viewer totally satisfied.
And Farrell is the man who killed Miss Atwell. And we know that the man who killed Miss Atwell is Yuri.
Number 9. 3 Days of Condor. Robert Redford was one of the most compelling and popular leading men in Hollywood, even to this day with his amazing performance in The Old Man and the Gun. Redford was in his prime success back in the 70s, appearing in classic films like the true political story All the President's Men and the spy thriller 3 Days of Condor. This film, considered one of the best films in the spy genre, stars Redford as CIA codebreaker Joseph Turner, who comes into work one day only to find all of his co-workers murdered. He tried to outwit those responsible and figures out exactly what transpired and why it happened.
Now listen, you're okay. You're okay. Now listen to me. You're okay. Can you get dressed?
Number 8. Enemy of the State. The thought of being constantly under surveillance came in 2019, but back in 1998 when Enemy of the State came out, the idea that you could be seen and heard anywhere was a novel one, and it was brought to filming life by famous director Tony Scott. Will Smith stars as Robert Clayton Dean, a lawyer who is unsuspectingly caught up in a massive political scandal involving a murder ordered by a sitting senator when video evidence of murder makes its way into his hands. With the help of former intelligence agent Brill, Clayton must find a way to clear his name and reveal the truth.
Citizen my whole life, one day with you, shoot.
He's running! He's on your 6 o'clock!
Will Smith.
Number 7. Casino Royale, 2006. The most iconic fictional spy of all time is making his debut on this list. In 2006 remake of Casino Royale, Daniel Craig donned a tuxedo and drank shaken martinis for the first time as James Bond. In this film, Bond is closer to the beginning of his storied career, and he's assigned with learning more about the financial exploits of terrorist financier Le Chiffre. With his newly assigned license to kill, Bond has learned more about Chiffre's organization and enters a high-stakes poker game to hopefully spoil their newest attempts to bring in massive amounts of money. Number 6. Bourne Identity. Any list of the best modern spy films would be incomplete without the first 3 series of Bourne films, which redefined the spy genre for the modern audiences and cemented Matt Damon as an A-list leading man. Executed with a tight balance of character, action, and intrigue, the trilogy honors its roots in espionage thriller films while fulfilling all the explosive requirements of a tentpole blockbuster. Possibly, this film is one of the most famous spy films of the last 2 decades. The Bourne Identity, based on the novel by Robert Ludlum, follows the story of Jason Bourne, a man suffering from severe amnesia as he tries to discover his original identity, as well as his role in a greater CIA conspiracy. When his bosses discover that he's still alive, they send a team of agents to take him out for good. While it was followed by 4 sequels, the first Bourne film remains the best one, featuring kinetic, world-hopping action and a sense of momentum that most other spy films wish they could achieve. Number 5. The Lives of Others. Spy films are generally based in the real world. There's often a lot of novelization and story building in order to make the more ordinary aspects of spying more exciting. The Lives of Others, a film based on true events that took place in East Germany during the Cold War, pulls no tricks, allowing the truth of history to serve as its backdrop. This film finds a Stasi officer tasked with surveilling an East German playwright. However, the Stasi officer quickly becomes entwined in the playwright's life and begins to question his duties. The film is a powerfully accurate portrayal of life before the fall of the Berlin Wall and received the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film in 2006.
Bei Projekten geht es nicht Noten, sondern Erfolg.
Number 4. Mission Impossible. The Mission Impossible franchise has been a backbone of the American super spy market for more than 2 decades, and over the years, Ethan Hunt has joined the ranks of James Bond and Jason Bourne as the name brand agents of spying, and somehow these movies just keep staying excellent. The 3 most recent films of Mission Impossible may stand as one of the best action and espionage films ever made. The series set the tone and rhythm of the films that would follow it. This is where Tom Cruise got his start as IMF agent Ethan Hunt, a role he has now played for over 20 years. The first Mission Impossible, directed by Brian De Palma, set a new standard for spy films and originated the structure that almost all Mission Impossible films would follow afterward. Its crowning achievement is its hair-raising heist scene, which continually raises the stakes of the agents getting caught and created one of the most famous scenes in film history. Ethan Hunt dangling precariously inches above the pressure-sensitive floor of a secure room.
When the clock stops, Ethan Hunt will lose everyone he ever gets.
Number 3. North by Northwest. We wish that the master of suspense himself, Alfred Hitchcock, had done more spy films. Alfred Hitchcock is also known as one of the old Hollywood masters of suspense. His films have served as a major influence in contemporary movie making. One of his most influential and highly regarded films is North by Northwest, a thrilling adventure involving espionage, mistaken identity, and murder. We credit the director's mastery of suspense as to why North by Northwest is not just one of the best spy movies ever, it's one of the best movies of all time, period. Cary Grant, in one of the most memorable roles ever, stars as a man who is confused for a secret agent and drawn into a world of spies, villains, and international intrigue. The film is known for its most famous scene involving Cary Grant running from a crop-dusting plane that is trying to take him out.
Page me.
Mr. Cap,
Yes?
you wanted to see Mr. Townsend.
Yes.
This is Mr. Townsend.
How do you do, Mr. Capper?
Number 2. Munich. Steven Spielberg is one of the greatest directors of all time, but Munich may not be one of his most often remembered films, but it still stands as one of his best. If anything, it shows off just how adept Spielberg is at staging a tense scene using mainly sound design and cinematography. What makes the film even more interesting is its basis in history. After the massacre of 11 Israeli athletes at the 1972 Munich Olympics, a Mossad agent is dispatched to take out 11 members of the Palestinian group who carried out the attack. The film stars Eric Bana, Daniel Craig, and Ciarán Hinds. And beyond providing some truly thrilling and tense moments, it also takes the time to ask difficult questions about the morality of the agent's mission. Number 1. Dr. No. Could any list of spy films really be complete without the inclusion of James Bond? While there have been plenty of great films in the Bond series, the original James Bond film, 1962's Dr. No, is one that stands out as the best. Complete with iconic imagery, a classic Bond villain, and plenty of action, Dr. No sets the standard for all the Bond films to come after it. The Jamaican setting also provides some gorgeous scenery, and while he may not have most of his famous spy gadgets, Bond gets by on his wits, strength, and charm alone. This one is essential for any spy film enthusiast. We hope you enjoyed our list of the top 10 spy movies of all time.
Bond. James Bond.
Mr. Bond, I suppose you wouldn't care to,
If you did like this video, do smash the like button and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the latest and most interesting videos. Thanks for watching.